Okay, as you can see here, what it is, we plank it out and deck it out in the bottom section, and that gives tremendous stability up top, and that's basically good for the braces. Now the braces can pull because we've got a shocker that's in them in every brace which moves, so this goes and the shocker takes any shock out of the scaffold. But with this bottom brace, it makes the scaffold really rigid, and it makes it. It's not the example here, but when you go up top, obviously, when this is getting built into the building when you put the joists on is holding it. So these two, the scaffold and the building, get stronger as they go up. But there's very, very little movement in it with the bottom plate. It does give it stability, and obviously it's easier to lay. And we've taken these out here to see how simple it is. When you get the bottom course on, these planks get through and everything's scraped out. One course of common on the bottom, and then literally planks on, and above you go. Away you go. Okay, as you can see, if we were doing a normal scaffold, we'd have this brace. So we've got the brace that's going through, and this brace would be cutting across here. Now what we've got is we've got these 4-plank transoms that should go across. That gives it stability from here to here, and that's basically how it, so that when you're walking, so that the hod carrier can come and he can walk and he can load up, so he can walk through. Now basically we've got these that are going through the wall, these all get cut, this gets cut off on most of them, and when it comes to you, this basically gets cut off, and you'll have a moulding that goes around there for health and safety. But I mean, what we're doing is basically just giving you the general idea. So these transoms are very important. We'll give you a thing with scaffolding plan, and they will have the transoms in it, each one that you have.
Yeah, basically what we've done here is we'll put a kicker lift in at low level. So we'll put a standard lift height in, which is the main frame of the scaffold, and what's working on this side is an adjustable scaffold which works almost independently of the outside one. So the beauty of having a lift this height is that you can walk around without any braces in the way. It eliminates any obstacles in the way whatsoever. And we're using transom units which give a broader connection to the standard, which makes the whole scaffold much more stable. So you've got stability, you've got rigidity. It's a much better working environment at this particular level.
And another thing, Jim, what we're doing in here, for filming purposes, we have a safety room. When you're walking on here, and it's easy for you to walk, is it? And it's easy for you to easy access, so you can get through. So it's not is it?
That's correct. To point out on this top lift is that when you initially put the scaffold up, that if you board it out completely on the top lift, there could be a gap here, which is a danger of obviously falling over the edge here. So it would be advisable to just put a couple of boards on the top lift so you can get your handrail in, and then don't allow anybody up onto the top lift until these inside boards are positioned in place for health and safety reasons.
Jim, you know how we've got the standard?
Yeah.
When we were talking before, we've got, first of all, the corner. You know where you got the corner there? Yeah, that's standard there. Yeah. That's not usually in on scaffold, is it, Jim?
No. This one's been added on so that it can take the hop-up bracket in the corner, so that the board can latch straight onto it, and the board can go in the other direction as well.
Yeah, and that, yeah, so that one always has to be put in. Yeah. Now, what we're saying is it's like a 6 foot space in between here.
Yeah. Everything's going off these ready lock units here. It gives it stability, extra rigidity, and you don't need the inside rakers going in, so you've got full access along the boards. And so you've got the bay right here, but an extra tube's been added in here which can be adjustable.
And that's usually about an 8 foot one, Jim, isn't it?
Well, you can put 8 foot in, but you can take it all the way through the entire length as well. You can put 16 or even 21 in. It's been punched up off a swivel.
A swivel, yeah.
Off a swivel to give it that extra distance. And then the hop-up bracket goes in place like that. And it can be, like I say, adjusted so that the boards can fit exactly requirements for the brickies, for the roofer.
and that does as well. Now, the things I was saying about the 8 foot before, you can go to the top, but you'd have to have the plan of the house that the actual RapidBuild wall brace would have to go the 2 stories. Usually your upstairs and your downstairs are different, so we could say with a swivel that an 8 foot would be quite ideal. So we do standards with an 8 foot. Now if I look at this, where you've got the swivel, you've got, this is the particular one I'm looking at there.
Right here.
That's there, so that's what you're looking on the swivel there.
Yeah, the reason I put it on a swivel is to give it that extra distance, because the ready lock unit sticks out a little bit further, and the swivel is slightly better than just using a double fitting. Like I say, it's just been punched up, so it's not actually touching the ground.
No, where these other standards here are touching the ground, and you can see where you've said the end one as well, where you've got, if I have that going up to the scaffold, that does take the scaffold, because you've got to take the scaffold both ways, and this is different to what you'd normally do. This is a RapidBuild way of building it.
That's right. So basically the main difference is that you've got your standard bay widths, which are 6 foot 2 meters, but on the inside you've got an extra standard in between that bay, on the inside bay. That's the main difference, and that extra standard can be adjustable. If you wanted to, on any awkward corner, you could just rig something up, so you could just put an extra tube in to get that hop-up bracket there. You could put 2 ledges.
You could go in there, with the 8 foot. So really, the secret to this is, as we say, that swivel on the bottom and the swivel on the top, and then they're all in line. If I can see that's in line, it's all in line. So we're using the same 2 plank block hop up and 3 plank hop up, and on the same way you're using the scaffold in the same position to do the RapidBuild wall brace.
That's right.
Yeah.
The measurements are all the same. The standards are 905 millimeters off the blockwork, and like I say, you don't need any internal braces at all. Only face braces that are required. And
if we go through again, it's the top. What is this? The brace that we're going up here, Jim. This is the the top. That is
this here.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a ready lock unit, which means that you don't have to use doubles or singles. It's already got the fittings already attached on the end of this tube here.
Yeah.
And it can take 5 boards wide, but you can go down to 2 boards wide, depending on the size of your ready lock unit. And it's ideal because it takes the shake out of the scaffold, and it just means that basically you've got perfect access on this main run.
Yeah, and you can make a run. I mean, it's a bit dirty where we're doing it at the moment, but what we're doing is just doing a bit of an example on the thing. You know, we're taking the scaffold down, and it's because we've got this swivel, and because a new product, which is we thought we'd take the time on this.
Yeah. So basically, you know, you've got the different size hop-up brackets, so it's important to get the distance off the wall for this, which, you know, like I say.
We were saying about that before. You've got to go to the plan, haven't you? They've got to go to the plan. We've got to square it off the building, go to the plan. If we do that, we've cracked it on the first ones, because it's very important you do that, because we've got that, and it's obviously for a 300mm cavity. It's slightly different in the different cavity, but we got some idea. But if someone was having the house and you do it with the RapidBuild method and give us the size of the cavity, we can calculate what you want on that.
Exactly.